Okay, so for today's lesson we're looking at dividing a line segment in a given ratio AB. This formula is in your log table, so you do not need to know it off by heart. I'm going to show you two methods of getting it. We're going to look at first by using the formula and second by translation. So first of all, what is this formula giving us? It's finding the point that divides a line segment between 2 points in a given ratio. So for example, if we look at the formula, they're saying it in general terms, just change that there, it's just actually a and a B. So it's dividing some AB ratio, which for example could be 3:1, 2:3, or so on. And point C is it. So up until now we would have came across, let's say, the midpoint. So the midpoint finds the halfway point in. That's halfway in, so it's easier to get, it's more straightforward. This time we're looking about a ratio, so we're looking for a different section in. So for example, if this is 2:1, if we put that as a fraction, 2:1, that'd be 2/3 and 1/3. So we'd be actually looking for 2/3 in the way in. We're going to use that method when dealing with translation, but for the formula, it's as straightforward as, if you look at the example here we know the point A is 5 minus 3, B is 3 minus 2. We're looking for the coordinate C that divides AB in the ratio of 3:1 internally. So the first thing I do here for my solution is I'd write down all what my things are. So for instance, this is x1, y1. So x1 is equal to minus 5. y1 is equal to 3. This is your x2, y2. So x2 is equal to 3. y2 is equal to minus 1. The ratio is 3:1, so A is 3 and B is 1. Then we're going to fill it into the formula. So B there is 1 multiplied by x1, which is minus 5, plus A is 3 multiplied by x2, which is 3, over A plus B, which is 3 plus 1, comma, there should be not a close bracket, comma, is going to be B, which is 1, multiplied by a y1, which is 3, plus A, which is 3, by y2, which is minus 1, over 3 plus 1 again. Close bracket. So we get C is equal to 1 by minus 5 is minus 5, plus 9 over 4, and then 3 minus 3 over 4. So we get minus 5 plus 9, which is 4 over 4, and 0 over 4, which is going to be 1, 0. So the answer is 1, 0. That's straightforward, just fill into formula. The second method that I want to look at here is we could have also found it by translation. So what I mean by translation is, if you can imagine if we actually draw this line, just really quickly here. That's not the greatest line. So we just draw a line here as best I can. So this is your point A, this is your point B, and your point C is somewhere here. And it's broken up into the ratio 3:1. So if we try and make that into a fraction, 3:1, if you remember this bit of revision here from junior cert, we normally used to do this. You used to add the 2 and put them into fraction format. So 3/4 is to 1/4. So like, we used to do, like, John and Mary won prize money and it was divided into in the following ratio. So we would have multiplied then 3/4 and 1/4 by whatever the prize money is. John would get 3/4 of it, Mary would get 1/4 of it. So if we look here, what we're basically saying, that is 3/4 and that 1/4. So if we go back here and we look at, so A is minus 5, 3 there, I think. Yeah. And then B is 3 minus 1. So we're going to look at what happens to the translation. So how do I go from minus 5 to 3? I plus 8. How do I go from 3 to minus 1? I'm minus 4. So that's my translation from A to B. But if you remember from over here, we only want to go in 3/4 of the way instead of the full translation. So what we're going to do is we're going to say 3/4 multiplied by 8 is 6. And 3/4 by minus 4 is minus 3. So that's going to be our new translation, 6 minus 3. So now we are going from the point A, which is minus 5, 3, to the point C. And that is what we're looking for. So if we look to see what happens here then, so to go from minus 5 to the new x value here, I have to plus 6. And 6 take 1 is 1. From 3 to the new y value, we're going to go minus 3. Remember, I'm following this with this translation here. 3 take 3 is 0. And you can see here we get the same answer. The point C we get to be 1, 0. And we also found it to be 1, 0 up here as well. The reason, obviously, most of you probably go the first way because of the formula, but the second way is good because it gives you more of an understanding of what is happening with ratios.